Volcanoes, glacial rivers, waterfalls and much more is what makes Iceland one of the most exciting places in the world to fly a drone. However, as the popularity of the drones all over the world has risen a lot in recent years, the rules got stricter too. Not so much in Iceland though, at least not yet, but this is most likely going to change very soon. So to be honest, the rules in Iceland regarding drone flying aren't really strict. And that will be probably a good news for most of you. But there are still rules that are mandatory for every drone user. We can just look at this website, Icelandic Transport Authority, and on there they have this poster with all the rules that you have to follow. And so we can just go through it real quick. So the first one is mark the drone with the name, address and phone number. And total weight may not exceed 3 kilograms within urban areas and 25 kilograms in rural areas. A drone with a total weight of 20 kilograms or more shall be insured. Do not fly over the crowds of people. Do not fly higher than 120 meters above the ground or sea. Keep the drones in sight at all times. Please follow the general rules on the protection of the property and privacy. It is forbidden to fly within 2 kilometers from international airports and 1.5 kilometers from other airports. And I think in this case, if you wanted to fly in a closer proximity to the airport, you have to contact, I think the name is Isavia, which is like the company that takes care of all the air traffic and airports here in Iceland. Then do not fly within 150 meters from public buildings. Do not fly closer to residential buildings or premises than 50 meters within urban areas and 150 meters in rural areas without approval of the owner. Check all flight regulations and restrictions for the flying area before flying. The operator is responsible for damages that may arise from the use of the drone. And the drone flights may not interfere with the air traffic, ship or vehicle traffic. Stay far away from manned aircraft. And then the use of drones for commercial use, I'm not gonna go through all that. It's different in some points, but I guess most of you will come to Iceland just for a recreational flying. So is that it? Well, not exactly. And here's where the things will get a little bit complicated, because on top of these general rules, which we get from Icelandic Transport Authority, Icelandic Environment Agency has designated many places drone-free, which means you are not allowed to fly there unless you get a permission. And those are places like national parks, protected areas, but sadly also many of popular tourist spots. Places like Gullfoss waterfall or Glacier Lagoon and so on. And you will know this is a drone-free zone when you see the sign there. But in my opinion, the problem is that these are really easily overlooked. And or let's say that the person just comes to the parking lot and decides to fly from there because just there's a big space and all that. There's no way he's gonna see the sign, right? And also, like the national parks, they have so many back roads and entrances that I don't think there are signs in all of them. And so it is really important that you check the maps that you can find on the website of Icelandic Environment Agency. They have marked the areas of the national parks and the places where you can and cannot fly. All that said, I think that there is still so many people who just ignore all of that and just fly the drone basically anywhere. I mean, the chances that somebody will catch you or that you will be fined or anything like that, I think that the chances aren't very high, and so many people are just willing to take a risk. I don't really want to encourage you to do that, because all these rules are there usually for a reason, and for the good reason. It's either because there is so many people that you could put other people in danger, or there are places like, for example, Lautrabjarg Cliffs in Westfjords, which is like a nesting ground for the puffins. And there are many places like this all over Iceland, which serve basically as a nesting ground for the birds. And so it just makes sense that you wouldn't fly your drone just close to the cliffs and disturbing all the wildlife there. But like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there might be some changes coming our way very soon. And I'll point you to this article that I found, which basically talks about the new rules that are supposed to be implemented in near future. And what's going to happen is they have created a new website which is called flydrone.is, and that's where everybody will have to register to legally fly a drone here in Iceland, both just recreationally or commercially. I actually called them today and was trying to find out more information about that, and mainly about when is it supposed to be implemented. But apparently the person was on a holiday until end of the week, and nobody else was able to provide me with the answer. So I just guess I'll let you know in the comments once I find more information about it. But I guess that all just makes sense, like they don't really want it to become a Wild West of drone flying, and all of these rules are basically just really a common sense. And so as long as you follow that, you should be fine. Guys, enjoy flying your drone in Iceland. All these places, I mean, they just look even better from the air in my opinion, and I'm sure you will have the best time ever. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, enjoy your trip.